K-Nation, sponsored by K-State Superstore and 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, the brackets are here. What seeds the Wildcats and Jayhawks have landed, plus when, where, and who they'll play.
Plus, it's an exclusive interview with K-State's new volleyball coach, what Wildcat fans need to know about Jason Mansfield as he takes over the program.
And we talked with KU's Fred Kortelbaum last week, but more from my conversation with Coach Q comes your way tonight, how the Jayhawk community supported him when he lost a loved one.
Welcome to K-Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm Glenn Kinley. March Madness is here.
Yes,
Lainey
finally.
and I are fired up. The bracket's here. It's the most wonderful time of the year, I think, at least.
Absolutely.
We got seedings and matchups for K-State and KU just a few hours ago. The Jayhawks, a 1 seed like we expected.
Yep, but not the overall top of 1 seed. KU will still play in Des Moines, the Jayhawks in the West region, and they will play Howard University in round 1 on Thursday. If KU wins, it'll play the winner of Arkansas and Illinois. Other top teams in that West region include 2-seed UCLA, 3-seed Gonzaga, and 4-seed UConn. That region is stacked.
Yeah, really loaded. KU the 1 seed. We'll see if they can live up to that expectation. The Wildcats are a 3 seed in the East region. They'll play Montana State, a 14 seed, in that opening round. That game is on Friday, and we played in Greensboro, North Carolina. If the Cats get the round 1 win, they'll play either Kentucky or Providence. They played Kentucky a few years ago in the NCAA tournament. And then in the Sweet 16, it could be Marquette that they could play if they make it to the Elite 8. Marquette's the 2 seed in that region. Purdue, the 1 seed. It's the first NCAA tournament bid for K-State since 2019.
What a good run we're going to have this March.
It should be fun. And an update for you on Bill Self and his health. If you didn't hear, Coach Self was hospitalized ahead of the Jayhawks quarterfinal matchup in the Big 12 tournament, and he was released this afternoon and has returned to his home in Lawrence. KU Athletics gave a statement sharing exactly what happened and why he was in the hospital.
We won't pretend to be doctors, but I have seen every episode of Grey's Anatomy more than once. But here is what it says. Self had a, quote, standard heart catheterization, which included 2 stents for blocked arteries. Happy to see Coach is getting better, though, and happy to see he'll hopefully be back in time for the tournament.
Yeah, it sounds like they're expecting to have him back, and I'm sure they'll be happy to have him back.
Yeah. The Jayhawks did have some big games over the weekend. They played without Coach Self, but still fared pretty good in the T-Mobile Center. Kansas picked up 2 wins, Thursday against West Virginia and Friday against Iowa State, but the Texas Longhorns ended that. KU's 2 Saturdays in a row were just lost to Texas, and they win the Big 12 tournament. A 20-point loss for KU yesterday, one that interim head coach Norm Roberts expects to fuel this group into the next tournament. That matters a whole lot more.
Well, you got to move on, but you learn from it, and we let the guys know that hey, this is tournament. It's tournament time now. So you have one day where you don't play well, and you don't defend, and you're not focused, and you don't rebound, and that's it. You're going home. And so the great thing about playing in the Big 12 tournament, it prepares you for the big tournament, and that's the thing. But I also told our guys, I'm extremely proud of them. We didn't play well today. We'll get better from this, and we'll learn from this.
Kansas not only without Bill Self, but also without senior forward Kevin McCullough. Tough to fill the hole that he left on defense.
Certainly.
The team did tell us they fully expect to have Bill Self back for the tournament, and that was news we were the first to report to you on KSNT.com. So make sure you stick with those.
Online updates if you're not already. K-State, they got a bad draw to open up Big 12, that tournament in KC. TCU is just not an easy matchup. The Horned Frogs, they could not miss. It was unbelievable. 44% from 3 for TCU. Could be a blessing in disguise, though. You never know. K-State gets a little rest before the big dance for the games that really matter. We've said it all season. The Big 12 is just a gauntlet. Not really any teams that you want to play over there in Kansas City. Now the Wildcats press forward over to Greensboro, like we said, and Coach Tang says his team is keeping its head up because that's a real good Horned Frog team that took the floor in the T-Mobile Center.
You lose, it's over, right? And we're not thinking about losing, so it's about, doing whatever we got to do to survive so we can advance. And we have a really good basketball team in there, and they got beat by a really good basketball team today. And every team that in the quarterfinals, the NCAA tournament team in this tournament, and can win multiple games in this tournament. So there's no shame in losing this game today.
And as we showed you earlier, the Wildcats get Montana State. That's on Friday in Greensboro. Should be a good one, and like I said, we could get a rematch with Kentucky. Last time K-State played Kentucky, went well in the big dance, so we'll see.
Oh, we'll see. Well, Kansas women's basketball didn't play as well as it hoped for in the Big 12 tourney, falling in the first round to TCU. It was a close game at 57-52. But the Jayhawks don't score as much as they typically do. 21 points and 12 rebounds for Chandler Prater, which is an excellent night for her. And Tiana Jackson, stop me if you heard this before, cleaned up on the glass. Yeah,
she's unreal.
Just 7 points, but 21 rebounds. Unreal, like you said. But it's not enough to overcome the Horned Frogs. Kansas got sent home early.
Man, 21 rebounds, though. That's impressive. My goodness. The stat keeper had to keep up. K-State women's basketball started off the Big 12 tournament with a W, 79-69 against Texas Tech. Then the Wildcats gave top-seeded Texas a little run for its money. They were even tied at halftime, but the Longhorns do pull away in that second half, especially in that third quarter. 21-4, they outscore K-State in the third quarter. A couple great games against Tech. Gabby Gregory continues to shine with 26 points and 7 rebounds. Serena Sundell, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 tight quarters of play, but not enough to overcome that 17-point swing against the Longhorns. The Longhorns just raining on our parade here on K-Nation.
I know, man.
What's going on?
But the commentators during that K-State-Texas game couldn't stop talking about how young the K-State team is and how good they're going to be next year with Aoka Lee back.
Gabby Gregory returns, Aoka Lee's back. They have the Glenn twins and Serena Sundell. I mean, they're going to be loaded.
I don't want to play them.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. Coming up later on K-Nation, our friend Jason Mansfield joins the show. Get to know K-State volleyball's new leader before the summer workouts start.
But first, this big week in sports was full of some incredible moments. Our plays of the week are sure to leave your jaw on the floor, and they'll get you pumped up for the big dance, too. That's up next.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
Vanderbilt's has one of the largest selections of boots and jeans in the area. Save $5 on new plaids, starting at $14.99. Hot price on the Twisted X casual boot, $139.99. Save $30 on Wolverine waterproof Rancher boots. Hot price, $119.99. Stock up on Wrangler George Strait jeans, on sale, $39.99.
Work Boot Center, Vanderbilt.
Devon James wins.
We're Devon James. As lawyers who focus on serious injuries, we know what really matters.
We've helped people get life-saving care after sudden accidents.
We've been there to restore hope during long recoveries.
And fought to provide a better future to those who need it most.
That's why at Devon James, we fight for everything you deserve.
And we will win your case, or you pay us nothing.
Devon James wins. Call 888-8888.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Well, as Lainey and I are getting ready to fill out our NCAA tournament brackets, the Big 12 tournament, it was intense, and it takes real athletic ability to make it through. And Lainey, I heard you showed off some of your skills during that women's tournament.
I did. You know I did. Media Madness is the real show in March.
I feel like we're using the term skills lightly.
No,
I didn't say it.
This is what everyone was actually looking forward to.
Oh my God.
Now, I made half of my shots. I kind of carried my team there.
Boy.
Mick didn't make any of his shots. We didn't win the ultimate prize, but it was fun to be a part of a crazy game. That was at halftime of the Oklahoma State-Texas game when Texas was only leading by 5 at the time. So I do still have some eligibility left for all these coaches watching this.
And I hear you were wearing a Mahomes Royals jersey,
yes,
is that right?
We were Team Mahomes. So I was wearing a Mahomes Royals jersey. Mick was wearing a Mahomes high school jersey. And then Steve, our other teammate, was wearing a Mahomes Texas Tech.
You were wearing a baseball jersey of a football player, and you're playing basketball. Maybe
exactly.
That was the problem.
No, it's just all the sports coming together. Was really channeling the athleticism.
Let's check out the real athletes.
Okay, well, here are the other top plays of the week for everyone who isn't as good as me. For KU, it is the Big 12 Player of the Year, Jalen Wilson. He put up 11 points in the first 4 minutes against Iowa State. Yeah, in that semifinal of the Big 12 tourney. 3 threes and a 2 to start out the game, kick-starting the offense. Definitely deserving of top play of the week.
He was on fire. It was awesome. And for K-State, we got to talk about a little baseball season. Roberto Pena hit the first home run of the season in Toynton Family Stadium in Manhattan. The Wildcats are 11-5 on the year. They just swept Youngstown State this weekend. K-State baseball, the Batcats, with your play of the week.
Ooh. Well, you all remember Glenn's exclusive interview with Coach Q, but there's a key part to how he became the leader he is, his father's influence. Up next, how Fred Kortelbaum's dad turned him into the Jayhawks' key to success.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
Where I live is a rural area, and the coverage has been awesome.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
The savings we get allows us to do more things as a family. We're a one-income military family. Saving every month really does help us.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
Are you a super fan? K-State Superstore has the largest assortment of licensed K-State apparel and souvenirs waiting for you. And with our Superfan Rewards program, you'll enjoy even more. Fans can experience K-State Superstore at the stadium, online 24/7 at kstatesuperstore.com, and our new flagship location at 520 McCall Road. K-State Superstore, official retail partner of K-State Athletics.
Fidelity State Bank was very helpful because we took this building and we renovated it. There were several times when we needed continuous money to keep paying the contractors. I thought you got a full loan, but what they did is they made sure that I wasn't borrowing money that I didn't need until I needed it.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
Welcome to Jungle House, a shop for plant people. The Jungle House offers a range of in-store and at-home services to help your plants thrive. Not a green thumb? Don't sweat it. We're here to help. Jungle House, 924 Delaware Street, Lawrence.
All next week on Today, it's the biggest names in Hollywood. The cast of Ted Lasso, live in Studio 1A. Bob Odenkirk, Regé-Jean Page, Scarlett Johansson, and the Jonas Brothers. All next week on Today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Now, we like to keep it light here and have fun all the time like we just did by making fun of how I shoot a basketball. But sometimes there are serious stories to be told.
Yeah, definitely. Last week we showed you an interview with Kansas Director of Basketball Operations Fred Kortelbaum. I had a great conversation with him, and this week we share what Coach Q has to say about his father, who actually recently passed away. But he says the KU community really rallied behind him to get him through a tough time. If you're willing to talk about it, Coach, you lost your dad earlier this year. You stayed with basketball throughout it. What was that process like, and how big was your basketball community here at KU to get you through something like that?
The basketball community, the Lawrence community, the world, they were unbelievably supportive. And it started with, obviously, our family, but I'm talking about our basketball family. Starting with Coach Self, our assistant coaches, our players, and everybody involved. They allowed me to really dive in and be what we call a caregiver. I don't know if there's a playbook for it, but for the last 9 months, that was my #1 priority. And to have the support from our Lawrence community and our basketball family just made that caregiving relationship with my dad extremely special.
You know, what did you learn? What did you learn from him when he was around? I'm sure that he taught you a lot about basketball, but a lot more than basketball, I'm sure.
Well, I think what I've learned that he was going through, obviously, a terminal battle. But just to see him get up every day and still fight, #1, fight to live. You know, that was the most important thing. Sometimes when we go through some struggles or some adversity, and he obviously was at that point, he continued to fight, continued to keep a smile on the face, continue to stay positive, continue to follow Kansas basketball. Come home after a loss, I'm going to hear obviously what we didn't do, what we should have done, you know, all those things. But you know, he kept his focus on Kansas, kept his focus on me, and didn't feel sorry for himself. And I learned a lot through that, because we go through the same thing in our life, that you can't feel sorry for yourself. You got to stay positive. You got to keep grinding. And that's what he continued to do every single day. So I try to continue to live off that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll shift gears here for my last question. A lot of young Jayhawk fans out there, junior Jayhawks, I think you call them. Well, what would you tell them? What would be their message to them about basketball, about life, or what they should be doing right now to prepare themselves for their future?
Well, I think first and foremost for future junior Jayhawks, we all talk about skill development. We all talk about training and things like that. But I would really challenge them to do more reading. I would challenge them to become better teammates. I don't think we teach that part of the game, right? It's more about being a better shooter, being a better dribbler, so on and so forth. But I think developing your mind, becoming more mentally tough, challenge yourself, you know, and you're going to fail, but let's fail forward. Those things I think are extremely, extremely important. And if there's a loose ball on the floor, learn from Kevin McCullough. Go after it with two hands.
Lots of good lessons there from Coach Kim. We always appreciate their time. They're busy this time of year.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Well, there's more K-Nation coming your way. Jason Mansfield is the next coach on our list. What he's looking forward to about working with the Wildcats is up next.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Mental health is about emotional health and brain health.
Healthy children and families. And a healthy Kansas.
Go to acmhck.org to find your local community mental health center.
You've got a way with words. Use them to lead people to common ground. We give you every possible chance to show you care. Explore more than 200 careers at goarmy.com.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Sports!
We have everything
that you're looking for
at Play It Again Sports.
New and used sports and fitness equipment with used up to 50% off retail.
You can create your own discount by trading in and trading up. Sell us your gear and get cash on the spot, or even get store credit.
Play It Again Sports has something for every athlete. All seasons, all sports, on any budget. We're open every day in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Game on!
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Welcome back to K-Nation. K-State Volleyball has a new leader to go along with that new volleyball facility that's being constructed in the Little Apple.
Yeah, new hire Jason Mansfield was kind enough to sit down with me to talk about his decision to make the jump from being an assistant to a head coach. When in your career did you decide, okay, I think I could be a head coach now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it started kind of 10 years ago, you know, that I was interested and had a couple opportunities to interview. And yeah, once you start thinking about it, it's kind of hard to turn off, you know, the excitement of running your own program and trying to do things, you know, your way. And but yeah, things didn't work out. And I was always fortunate to kind of fall back on, I was in great places, you know, whether it was Stanford or Illinois and Washington. So although I was disappointed, I was still really grateful for where I was and continued to try to grow and learn and figure out how I would do things, you know, and continue to kind of build those ideas. And so, yeah, ever since, you know, this has become a reality, a lot of the notes and thoughts that I've had and taken the last 10 years have really come into play and have really helped me kind of make decisions and, you know, the vision of the program.
Definitely. And what about K-State, when you were talking to Gene Taylor, made you think, okay, this is somewhere I want to be now, and this is going to be my first head coaching gig?
Yeah, the people, I think, first and foremost, just everybody that I met echoed the same thing. You know, the community of Manhattan and just, you know, K-State athletics and the Big 12. Just, yeah, it's all big time, you know. But I think the thing that hit the most was just every person I met, you know, was quality people and here for the right reasons and cared about the student athletes. And, you know, I think that those are things that are really important to me. And the more I found out and the more I knew about K-State and Manhattan, I just got more and more excited.
Yeah, and you come from great volleyball schools. And what about K-State made you realize that they do invest in their volleyball program here and they do care so much about it?
Yeah, I think the first thing that obviously stands out is the Morgan family, you know, volleyball center. What an unbelievable opportunity, you know, for the student athletes to have everything in one place. And so there's just been a lot of thought, you know, and care kind of put into that project. So certainly that. Every player that I've talked to is so excited to stay. You know, they love K-State. You know, they love the connection they have with their teammates, and I think that means the most, you know, to me. That that they are excited about this new opportunity and this new adventure together, and I think that speaks a lot to, you know, to the school and to the athletic department and the player, you know, the players that they have on the team.
Appreciate the time from the new coach, and don't go anywhere, folks. More K-Nation comes your way right after a quick break.
For more than 34 years, Shorey Automotive has proudly served the Topeka area with knowledgeable, reliable, and honest repair and service. We're honored to serve our veterans, active duty service members, and first responders. Shorey Automotive, providing you with value for your repair or service dollar.
We have a new Holton location next to the hospital, and we're ready to celebrate. Our grand opening is March 20th through 30th. You'll see Dr. Brine, free ear health check, door prizes, and a $500 off coupon. Call for a reservation.
Hear that? It's edge of your seat. He blows the body off the car. Entertainment at top speed. Camping World NHRA races where top drivers compete to be the best. But don't blink. And who's got the horsepower? It is going to be Justin Ashley. A dazzling Top Fuel final. You could miss it. It's the Menards NHRA Nationals presented by Pet Armor. August 11th through 13th at Heartland Motorsports Park in Topeka. Every ticket's a pit pass and kids 12 and under are free. Get tickets early and save at NHRA.com.
Golden Corral on Southwest Wanamaker Road has been locally owned since 1999. Come join us in our newly remodeled dining room with updated decor, a stone fireplace, and an enhanced buffet area. Breakfast served Saturdays and Sundays. Pickup orders and catering available. Golden Corral in Topeka is looking for great service-minded people to fill positions with advancement opportunities. Serious applicants can walk in to complete an application.
Come on in and join us
at Golden Corral.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Yeah, money line.
Lainey and I are continuing to fill out our brackets. The only thing more fun than March Madness is March Madness in a state where sports betting is legal, and that's Kansas
right.
now.
Yes.
For the first time, this is the first year, rather, that NCAA tournament is with sports betting legal in Kansas. Get your picks in, folks.
Yeah, you'll obviously be able to bet on each individual game, but if you're feeling real confident, you can take the Hot to Wildcats just to win the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
KU is currently listed with the third best odds to go all the way. That's at plus 800. K-State is plus 4,000, tied for the 16th best odds on the sports books. Then $10 to win 80 for KU, $10 to win 400 for the Wildcats.
If they both find a way to win, I could win $480.
Yeah.
Not possible. Individual games, though, KU opens as a 22.5-point favorite. K-State opens as a 9.5-point favorite for their first games.
So get your money in on those two.
You got it. Thanks for watching K-Nation.
Make plans to join us next Sunday and every Sunday after that. Have a good night.
It was a beautiful experience, but it ain't an outcome that come out like we wanted to. But we're going to go in the film room, we're going to execute what we need to get better and try to make a run in the NCAA tournament.
I'm sure Coach will evaluate that. He was able to watch the games and that stuff, and we'll get back to the drawing board like everybody else is.